Oi, tudo bem? Welcome to lesson 2 of this Brazilian conversation course. This is lesson 1 on the screen. This is what we've done. I hope you enjoyed it and have reviewed and kind of begun to see the way that Portuguese works, the way it sounds, and hopefully maybe even got to work with it a little, use it a little bit. Like I said in the first video, saying something like "Oi, tudo bem" is very appropriate to do with anyone that would understand it, right? Like, it's okay to use the language. You don't have to be perfect or even good to begin using the language. To the contrary, you only get good by using the language. And so, so a bit of practice. Oi, tudo bem? And talking about language, falo. Notice the ending. We're going to talk a lot about endings, right? We got the word for yes and no, asking a question with another ending. Você fala, using letter A. Você fala português? Falo português. Não falo português. Falo pouco de português. Estudo, there's the same pattern. So yeah, just a little bit of review. We even saw past, present, and future. So you can begin to build in the three main tenses, past, present, future timeline. Falei português hoje. And that's true. You spoke Portuguese today. So say, falei português hoje. And I studied, estudei português hoje. And we're going to continue to build on all of this. So don't even worry about that. Building on what we've learned so far as lesson 2 here. Let's start again with oi tudo bem. I'm going to underline that. I like to underline questions. Let that be like the heading. So oi tudo bem? Oi tudo bem? Hi, everything good? You say. Oi tudo bem? Here's how you respond. You say tudo. That's how you respond. You say tudo. Okay. Now that's different than English. English say hi, how are you? I'm good. It's not what you say in Portuguese. In Portuguese you say hi, everything good, and then they respond everything. Right? It's a little different, right? But that's how it works. So get used to it. So oi tudo bem? And you say tudo. Okay. So let me ask you. Oi tudo bem? And you'll say tudo. And then say this. Say this right away. Say oi, or rather say tudo. E com você. Okay, e means and, com means with, and we've seen você, which means you. Those three words are going to be important in other places as well, but for now, this is just what we do. So we go oi tudo bem, tudo e com você, and then finally, I'm going to say tudo. Actually, that should be. I'm going to say tudo. Oh, the dog barking. I'm going to say tudo ótimo. Tudo. No, it's that, right? Tudo ótimo. Tudo ótimo. Ótimo means great, optimal. Okay, so this is a very typical thing to happen. You say, oi, tudo bem? Tudo e com você? Tudo ótimo. All right. And that's that, right? So every time we begin from now on, let's just make that our routine together, right? We'll start and I'll say, oi, tudo bem? And you say, tudo e com você? Tudo ótimo. All right, very good. Very good, very good. Muito bom. Muito bom. Muito means very. And bom means good, right? So when we said oi tudo bem, bang actually means well. It's like everything is well. Is everything well? You know. Okay, very good. Muito bom. Muito bom. Muito bom. Is it good for you? If it's good for you, say muito bom. Muito bom. All right, muito bom. Muito bom. Muito bom. Let's start. Let's move to this. O meu nome é. All right, now I'm breaking this up a bit just to kind of space it out. O meu nome é Tony. What about you? If I say, o meu nome é Tony, then you should say, o meu nome é and then your name, right? It's a very easy template. So, o meu nome é Tony, right? So now we're introducing ourselves. O meu nome é Tony, all right? So take a second to practice, or take as long as you want. Say, o meu nome é, and then your name. O meu nome é, all right? Muito prazer. Say that with me. Prazer. Muito prazer. What does muito mean? It means very, right? Or much, a lot, right? Prazer means pleasure, as in pleasure to meet you, all right? So if I tell you my name's, oh, nice to meet you. My name is, then your name, right? So, o meu nome é Tony. Then you say, o meu nome é, then your name. And then we can both say, oh, muito prazer. Muito prazer. All right? Very basic, useful conversation, okay? Now remember, we're doing two things. We're learning to create conversation, but we're also studying the patterns of this language. And the patterns allow us to become more and more creative as we go. So just little by little, gonna kind of break down these words and highlight them. Means is, right? These are all useful, right? So and, with, you, is. These are the building blocks that we're going to need to build many sentences in the future. So, o meu nome é Tony, all right? O meu means, what do you think that means? It means my, right? Nome means name. So, my name is, just like that, right? Much pleasure, muito prazer. Okay? So, oi, tudo bem? Tudo, e com você? Tudo ótimo. Muito bom. O meu nome é Tony. Try to say it all smoothly. So, o meu nome é, not like o meu nome é. Just o meu nome é Tony. Meu nome é Tony. Okay? Muito prazer. Okay? How about this? So. So means I am. Very useful. I am so. I'm from Chicago. Sou de Chicago. Someone else might say, sou de Nova York. New York. I'm from the United States. I am from the United States. So, dos Estados Unidos. Just repeat after me. Dos Estados Unidos. Sou dos Estados Unidos. Someone else who's from Brazil may say, I am from the Brazil. We'll break these words down as we go. But sou do Brasil. Sou do Brasil, right? So remember that G meant from. O means the. So literally, I'm from the Brazil. That's how you say it in Portuguese. I'm from the Brazil. G-O becomes do. So it's like from the. I'm from the Brazil. Just to break it down for you. But anyway, sou de Chicago, sou de Nova York. You could say sou de wherever you're from. And taking that verb, starting point, so, and turning that into você é. Means you are, or are you? Question mark. Are you from Chicago? So ask me that. Pause and ask. You could write this down too. Practice forming your sentence, your thoughts. Você é de Chicago? And I'll say, yes, sim. Remember? Sim. Anyway, so ask me, você é de Chicago? Sim. Você é de Nova York? Você é dos Estados Unidos? Você é do Brasil? And finally, não sou. I'm not. So I'm not from New York, for example, right? Não sou de Nova York. I'm not from Brazil. Não sou do Brasil. Não sou dos Estados Unidos, dos Estados Unidos. Right? So see how much conversation you can create just by mixing and matching the verbs and the vocabulary, right? As we continue to kind of break things down and pull things out, okay? I would suggest now from, just from what we have so far from today, that you grab have your, grab your notebook and find the next available line and just practice building. You could write a few dialogues, do it, see what you can do from memory and see how much conversation you can create. All right, so oi, tudo bem? Sou de Chicago. Você é de Nova York, and so on and so forth. And that's almost, I guess that's, here, I'll put a few bonus things. If you say norte-americano, it means I'm American in the sense that you're from the United States of America. That's how you say I'm North American, right? I guess that would work for Canada too. I don't know, but you'd say no, so norte-americano, okay? And I know you're not necessarily from the United States, so that's okay. But if you are, that's how you say it. So Brazilian is brasileiro. Female person from Brazil would be Brazilian, but they say brasileira, right? In the same way, norte-americana would be North American, woman or girl. So practice that. Sou norte-americano, sou norte-americana. Você é brasileiro? Você é brasileira? And they'll say, sim, sou brasileiro, or sou brasileira. All right. Let's make that a short lesson. That's a short lesson too, but there's a good amount of stuff. If you combine everything you know from lesson 1 and everything you know from lesson 2, you should be able to create a good amount of dialogue saying, hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. My name is this. I'm from here. I speak a little Portuguese. Do you speak Portuguese? I'm North American. Are you Brazilian? And so on and so forth, right? So final thought at the end of this short lesson 2 today. It's not about how many words you know total. I want you to remember that. It's not about that. It's not about knowing 10,000 words. It's good to have 20 words at your disposal, but be able to use those words to create conversation, okay? So that's all I'm going to ask for now. Based on the words you have on these 2 pages, how much conversation can you create in writing? And how much can you create in conversation? And that's the whole point up until now, okay? So have fun with that, and I'll see you in lesson 3.